The housing market has gone crazy this year, and week in, week out, there's news articles about how unaffordable housing has become. This has also been accelerated by a certain world pandemic which has taken place. So in this video, I wanted to see if it was still possible to buy a house with a single income with the current minimum wage of $20 per hour in New Zealand, Christchurch. To my surprise, I did find one, but it is as entry level as you're gonna find. And in a sea of media negativity, you can still buy a house in Christchurch for as low as $210,000. So when I mean a house, what I really mean is a flat. But in this video, we're gonna work out exactly how much the deposit's gonna cost, what the weekly repayments are gonna be, and even gonna make an income from the second bedroom of this place. Roll intro. What is up everybody, welcome to my channel where I try to make money through personal finance, property investing and my stock market journey as I try to figure out how to be financially free. If you're new, my name is Gifford, good to have you here. If you're interested in investing, feel free to subscribe. But with that said, let's get on with the video. So in today's video, we're going to go over how to buy this house right here, advertised on Trade Me New Zealand. I will go through the calculations of exactly how much deposit we will need, how much income we will need to finance this house from the bank, and what the weekly repayments are going to be. So just before we start, I just want to make it clear that I'm not a financial advisor or a mortgage broker or a real estate agent. This is just an example, and all I'm trying to do is show a situation of how we can buy this house. And before we move on with the calculations, we have to make some assumptions so everyone is on the same page. So our current problem is that housing has become unaffordable, so all we want to do is buy the cheapest house that we can afford. And our current financial status is that we're on single income and we're currently on New Zealand's minimum wage, which is $20 per hour. So $20 an hour times 40 means that we get about $800. But after tax, we get roughly around about $640 from this. So 20% tax. So what we'll do is we'll use this $640 for our calculations. And our goal is just to buy the cheapest house on the market so that we have a roof over our head. Now that we have that out of the way, let's take a quick look of what the flat looks like. So the obvious downside is the fact that it's a flat. It's really just a first home just to get you in the door. So we really can't be too picky at this price point. We are on minimum wage after all. Neighbours are going to be very close and it's pretty old-fashioned and dated in the inside. Okay, let's move on to the calculations and financing this property. So when you buy any house, you need a deposit, and typically the banks want to see 20% deposit. But luckily for us, you can go as low as 10%. And for a $210,000 house, that means the deposit only needs to be $21,000. So to keep it simple with this example, we're just going to assume that this person has KiwiSaver to be able to pay that deposit, which is $21,000. This then leaves us with the actual home loan mortgage of $189,000 to finance. By the way, if the person didn't have KiwiSaver and they needed to save this money, they would roughly need to save about $100 every week and do that for the next 4 years to be able to build up their deposit. The next step from here is that the person would then need to go to the bank and get pre-approval to be able to finance this house. So with the bank application, there's basically 2 points that are very important and that you need to sort out. Firstly, we've covered the deposit, so you need that. So the deposit really does two things. One, it shows your bank that you can save a lot of money, so therefore you're going to be able to pay off the rest of the house. And two, it just means that it's going to lower the actual total mortgage itself in the long run by paying 10% first up. So the second point to this is that your personal income has to be high enough to service the loan. But luckily for us, we chose the cheapest house, which means that we're going to be able to buy this on single income minimum wage. So now we're just going to jump over to this slide right here on sorted.co.nz, which shows us the calculations. So right here, we have the loan amount of $189,000, and that's because we've taken away the 10% deposit. So under interest rates, I've just written down 3% to make it easier, and we can see here that the term is for 30 years. This website then works out that our repayments each week to be able to afford this house is going to be around about $184 weekly. So this $184 is your mortgage payments every week. So to figure out if we can service the loan, we take this number and divide it by 30%. So we take the $184 and divide it by 30%, which then gives us roughly $613. This means since we make $640, we can service the loan, and the banks require us to have over $613. So we're just right in. So if you're confused by that, basically what the bank is trying to do is making sure that you can afford your mortgage payments. So that if your total personal income is this high, they only want 30% of that because they know the rest of the 70% you have bills and food to use for the rest of the money. And that right there is just an example. So if you're really interested, I would recommend that you talk to the bank to try to get pre-approval to understand your financial situation. And also talk to a certified mortgage broker because they're free and they're always willing to help. Also, don't forget there's going to be added costs on top of the mortgage payments after completing the purchase of this property. So with this particular example, we're going to have to pay an extra small fee because our deposit was less than 20%. So the other great thing about this property is that it has 2 rooms. So what I'd be doing to lower my weekly mortgage payments is that I'd be renting out the second room. So for this particular property in the area, you could easily rent out the additional room for $100 a week, which would then lower your personal costs through the week. So just remember that while this flat is not suitable for someone like me with a family, all we're doing here is trying to be able to buy assets that grow over time and try to get ourselves into the property market. You have to start somewhere, and over time, historically, houses have continued to go up. So the good thing about buying property is that you'll start to build equity over time. And the best thing about entry-level houses is that when normally houses go down, yours won't go down very much. But if the market does turn and start to go up, it will lift the value of your property. And over time, we know this happens. Anyway, that is the end of the video. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Drop me a comment if you think the current housing market is unaffordable or just your thoughts on the subject. Feel free to subscribe for more investing content. I also post frequently on Instagram, so if you want to follow me there. With that said, have an awesome day, and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.